Yes, we're back again. Kristi and Katie, your crime time friends. Stories, justice, laughs collide. True Crime Squad, come join the ride. Grab the clues, let's take a stand. For victims' voices, hand in hand. True Crime Squad, it's time to shine. Season 6, your turn, your time. True Crime Squad, where justice meets hilarity.
Hey everybody, and welcome to the True Crime Squad. This is Katie Weaver. I'm here with my sister, co-host, and partner in crime, Kristi Brower. Hello.
Hello. Hey everybody.
How's it going?
Happy Wednesday. I feel as though I've lost a day.
Definitely.
It's going well.
You know, last Thursday I was speaking with a client and I referred several times to, at least we're going into the weekend now. And finally she goes, Katie, do you know that today's Thursday? And I was like, oh, well, it was my Friday because we were leaving on vacation.
Yeah.
But, I mean, yeah, I do know. So I hear you, totally. What have you been doing all day?
Playing with my grandbaby and
Noise. Did you get out her new toy?
Stuff. We didn't have enough time today, but we will when we have her on Sunday.
Good. I can't wait to see how she likes it.
Yeah, I'm excited too.
Her Uncle Scott bought her one of those mats that they lay on that has the bar things that come over top with the toys to play with and stuff. And he's dying to see how much she loves it. Well, good.
Oh, yeah, she will love it. She's so funny. She can grab her bottle and hold it now and pull it out of her mouth and put it back in by herself.
Big girl.
Really smart. Yeah.
Yes.
So, yeah, I've had a pretty easy day. I've needed it. I'm still in travel recovery.
Yeah, me too. Well, it's glazing day, so I've been doing a lot of glazing of pottery pieces and ceramics pieces. So excited. The soap dish that I made for my bathroom to go with my ghost theme is going into the kiln. It's all done. Going in for a second firing, and my little shower clip curtains are also done and going in, and I'm just over the moon. So, as well as some other pieces. You guys, I'm doing the coolest ghost pictures in the world, and I can't wait till they're done so I can show you. But they'll look antique and have the convex glass over them, you know, like antique photos do. And I'm so excited. If they turn out super cool, I'll make some more and put them on Etsy of something. But anyway, ghosts for me because it's a ghost bathroom. But
sure, awesome.
Pretty fun. But we also took a quick run out to the wildlife park because this is their last. They only are open for 4 more weeks. It's so weird. Like, is it winter? No, I mean, what? I mean, no, it's not. But yeah, it's crazy to think that like things are starting to like wind down. Yeah. So that's yeah. Anyway, it was fun. The foxes' tails are like huge, and the bears are fat as hell. And in fact, we talked to one of the owners while we were there, and he's like, "Oh yeah," he's like, "The bears are insatiable right now. We are feeding them a ton." He's like, "They just all they want to do is eat." Yeah, well, they're getting ready to do their thing. Yeah, the wolves looked all fuzzed out. Everybody just looked pretty awesome. Yeah.
That's cool.
So kind of fun. Oh, Jamie, I will have some stuff to show you. Yes. Well, very good. Well, it's been an interesting true crime day. A lot going on.
It has. Yeah.
So I think I'll kick us off with probably the biggest news of the day. And that's, you know, this stinky bitch right here. Nicholas Rossi Aliverdian Jingleheimer Schmidt. Guilty, guilty. He is guilty again. So he was found guilty just about an hour ago in Utah for the second rape case. So he's now been convicted of both of them. And sentencing will be upcoming in both of these cases. I think sentencing is it's in October, I think, for both of them, actually. So we'll get sentencing out of the way for Nick, and then it'll be interesting to see what comes next. Will the federal charges come on? There's been whispers that there's actually some sexual assault charges on the other side of the country that may be pending. And, of course, there's also sexual assault charges in the UK. But the UK has been pretty non-committal about whether or not they try to extradite him. My gut feeling had been if they were unable to convict in the US that maybe they would. But since they have, I'd be very surprised if they actually try and extradite this fool back to UK after they finally got rid of him. I also read today that when he converted to Judaism, in Scotland while he was in jail waiting for extradition and fighting extradition. He was given £40,000 in legal defense money due to being Jewish.
Oh, for God's sake.
Mm-hmm.
He's just nothing but a hideous grifter predator.
And isn't Jewish at all in any way.
No. And that was all just about, him being discriminated against for his religion,
Right. Suddenly he was Jewish, and
hanging.
suddenly he was being persecuted against and needed to be let out on home confinement because they were bullying him by singing John Denver, those monsters, and they were persecuting against him for a religion that he joined 30 seconds ago.
Yeah. Nick, I would imagine you're probably being bullied a lot worse in a Utah jail than you were in a Scotland jail.
Yeah.
Because they're not singing Leaving on a Jet Plane. They're probably doing a lot worse than that to you. And I really don't care.
Right.
I'm just glad you're off the street and can't hurt anybody else.
Right.
Disgusting
No
asshole.
kidding. If this case had been tried appropriately back when it happened, it would have saved several women from being assaulted by him.
Yep.
But she didn't seem like a typical
Utah
victim, guys, so sorry about it. And hey, we're going to take this rape kit, we're going to stick it up here on this shelf, and we'll look at it again in 20 years.
Yeah.
Super
asshole.
cool.
Working as an advocate in domestic violence and sexual assault, you learn quickly that people deal with trauma in a lot of different ways. And there is no victim mentality or typical victim. There just isn't.
No.
Everybody handles trauma differently. And to assume that you have to do it a certain way or you're not really a victim is such a disservice.
Mm-hmm. Somebody asked, is his wife still... Oh, Christine asked if is his wife still around. So according to the Daily Mail UK, they have spoken to some of her family members, and basically they just expressed a very strong concern for her mental health. They feel like Nick just absolutely destroyed her life, and that she still does consider herself to be married to Arthur, and that and of course this is the Daily Mail, but they had spoken to family members. It doesn't sound like she came to the US. She hasn't been here for his trials and stuff, but basically she fell in his snare and believed all of the shit that he told her, and still is standing on that, from the best of my knowledge. But again, this is just from an article, but it's really sad
to just believe that he's being harassed and really is Arthur than to admit what she's wrapped herself up in.
Yep, I'm afraid that's true.
At least fortunately he will be in prison,
yes,
on a different continent from her.
Yep.
So
hopefully at some point she can reorganize and reset and get her life back together and move on from a really, really dark period. Yeah. Kristi, there was a conviction in the attempted Trump assassination from the golf course incident, right?
Boy, there sure was, guys. If you remember this happened, was this in 2023?
I think so.
Anyway,
yeah.
This guy's name is Ryan Ruth.
Mm-hmm.
He's 59. He was accused of attempting to kill Donald Trump. If you remember, this happened at a Florida golf course. It was just last year.
Yeah.
He was the guy who was kind of hiding out in the bushes. He did have a loaded weapon. He never even actually fired a gun.
Right.
But he was there sort of lying in wait. He never got anywhere even
acting
near
creepy.
Trump.
Right.
But he was arrested. He was eventually, pretty much right after he was arrested.
Mm-hmm.
And he was convicted yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
And he had a pretty dramatic response to being convicted. When I first read this article, the article said that he grabbed a pen off the table and tried to stab himself in the neck.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, their pens are bendy pens to keep that very thing from happening. And I thought, damn it, this is federal court. We're never going to be able to see that. And then this court artist said, "Hold my beer." Please behold the best courtroom sketch I've ever seen in my life. He's trying to stab himself in the neck with the pen, and his attorneys are trying to keep him from doing it, and it won't matter anyway because that pen just bends in half.
What?
Yeah, reports were that no one even saw any
gosh.
blood, that there definitely was not an injury to his neck of any kind. But
This guy is an absolute nut. Everything about this trial, he is bananas. But
he is, and
this court reporter's doing the real work.
Yeah, this is the real court reporter right here. And all I have to say is thank you for your service, because my God, if that isn't a wonder to behold.
It's just, the picture is hilarious. Nothing about what he did is funny. We're not making light of it. It's just that is wild. And the fact that the pen is bendy, so that you can't actually stab yourself or someone else.
It's like grabbing a fake knife. Oh, just bends in half, It was a very dramatic response that Mr. Ruth had. His daughter yelled, "I love you and we will get you out, don't worry."
Yes.
At the same time, he was trying to stab himself in the neck.
Oh, God.
I don't know. That was a pretty dramatic situation.
What a mess.
Yeah.
Oh, dear.
So
his poor family. I'm sure they've been through a lot with him.
He was okay.
Sure.
Yes, that is rough. Also, because the daughter really was a big part of this. Lothar Spear is the court artist, and he heard Ruth's daughter yell from behind, "Oh my God, he's trying to kill himself! He's trying to kill himself! Someone stop him, please!" And that is when Lothar Spear said, "I better get my pencil going."
No.
And this is what he got.
Oh, dear God.
I knew that the daughter had yelled, but I wasn't. That daughter actually yelled twice. It sounds like it.
Well, this poor kid, that whole family witnessing that, though it probably wasn't that big of a surprise, but good Lord.
Trying to jam a pen in his neck. But yeah, the fact that the pen was bendy, that's so funny. So anyway, he's fine, but he will be sentenced next month for his attempt on Trump's life. Well, I guess I guess. I mean,
I don't. What is the conviction?
Or anything, but that's what I was trying to locate.
There's a conspiracy.
Everyone's all wrapped up in the whole
pen thing
incident. I was trying to see what the actual.
Right. This has actually come and gone really quietly.
Yes, it has. Let's see. Everyone's so busy with the pen thing that they're not telling me what the actual charged crime was.
Yeah. At any rate, not a safe person. Definitely doesn't need to be on the streets doing unsafe things, threatening people. Not okay.
Not okay.
It's okay. We can move on.
Yes. Okay. Well, whatever. It was. I think it's an attempted assassination.
Okay.
But that artist, 2 thumbs way up.
Yes. Do you remember this expired bag of lima beans right here?
It is rough to forget. Adelson is still burned into my brain.
Well, she's already tearing it up in prison.
Oh, I'll bet she is.
And an account called Fancy on Twitter has posted an incident report from 9/13.
Wow.
At 4:23 p.m. Incident. She's in what's called Medical Female Direct. This is an information-only filing. Detainee Adelson, Donna, has been crying off and on while discussing her case on the phone, which is a Secures phone app on her tablet. If any information about her case is leaked out to the offenders housed in the Female Direct area, detainee Adelson leaked it herself. Her conversations have been loud enough for everyone in the area to hear it. She has been discussing her thoughts on the judge, prosecutor, and the jury, and other topics from her trial. Due to the phone lines being recorded, this information can be backed up by that evidence. I refrain reframed from saying anything to Mrs. Adelson because she has the right to speak at her own will. I just wanted it to be known that she has been openly discussing her case over the phone in a direct supervision area. I can't reframe the other detainees from listening. I guess they don't understand reframe versus refrain, but whatever, that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
The other detainees from listening. I will be informing the shift supervisor of this matter as well. There is nothing further for me to report at this time.
She's just screaming her business all over the pod, huh?
Mm-hmm. Talking shit about the judge, the prosecutor, the jury.
I mean, Donna, that's what they all do after they're convicted, right?
And Donna Sue, isn't this what got you in this mess in the first place in some ways? Did you
Yes.
forget that 2 inmates testified against you because of your big damn mouth? That's what I thought. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yes. Kathy says Charlie did the same thing when he was convicted. Yeah, these guys cannot quit.
I'm sure.
I mean, Charlie pretty much convicted his mother by insisting on talking on the phone.
He really did. Yes.
About the op.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or the poke or the what was that called? Up. Now I can't remember.
The bump.
The bump. Not the poke. The bump. Okay. That's a totally different thing. Right, they did it together. Well, she's continuing to do it. Harvey's probably about to be like, "Oh, I'm changing my number. I can't do this every day." Yeah. Like, who's she calling and crying to on the phone? I'm thinking it's Harvey. I'm thinking it was that dunderheaded friend of hers that took the stand.
Yes.
Who?
I would imagine Wendy's like, new phone, who this?
Yeah. Oh, I'll bet she's not speaking to her at all. Yep.
I bet not.
I'll bet it's those 2 people most specifically and maybe some other, like, extended family members or friends, but that's where I'm at.
Well, yes. It might be your attorney, too. I don't know.
Well, if so, she's not talking to them. Well, I mean, she could be talking to them on a secure line, but not in a secure place.
Yeah.
But if you invite all of the jail or all of the prison to your conference with your attorney, guess what?
It's not privileged.
Not privileged anymore. Yep. All righty. Well, moving right along, I'll take that. You guys said that was a jump scare. I know, it's almost Halloween. What?
Yeah.
I'm really, really regret something, though. How have we never ordered a gray wig? I mean, we should have been Donna for months now.
We should have had a Donna wig. We
never did it. Very stupid. Yep.
Yeah.
I regret it very, very much. Talk to us about Luigi.
Well, there is a little news in Luigi Mangione's case. There's some questions about how his federal case has been handled. And we've talked a little bit about that there's this like concurrent federal case running with the state case. And it seems to be this weird, like, competition about who's going to try him first, which is not normally how this stuff works at all. And we also know that a judge said, yeah, you can't charge him with terrorism. You don't have any evidence of that.
Mm-hmm.
So on Wednesday, which is today's Wednesday. Yeah, it is. I'm still off about what day it is. Okay. A federal judge has warned the Department of Justice that continued public comments about the case against Luigi Mangione by the prosecutors could result in sanctions for violating the rules governing what prosecutors can say publicly about the guilt or innocence of a defendant before a trial. These guys have gotten a real attitude about they don't think they need to follow the rules. And, before a case has gone to trial, that prosecutors don't say shit publicly. The judge is Margaret Garnett. She is overseeing the federal case against Mangione and has said that at least 2 DOJ officials likely broke court rules governing the conduct of prosecutors by reposting comments that Donald Trump made about Mangione recently.
Ooh.
Here we also have a president using undue influence on an unconvicted defendant. Not cool.
They may very well run into these problems in Utah as well. But that's all I will say about that, because we promised not to talk about that on the show because everybody gets too mad and upset and weird. But that Utah has
We will
broken
eventually, but yeah.
many laws already as well,
Yeah,
or
they've broken all
potentially
their own laws.
has. Yeah.
Yeah. The judge says that their actions appear to be in direct violation of court rules.
Wow.
Mangione's attorneys said in a filing on Tuesday that statements made by several Trump administration officials had jeopardized his chance of getting a fair trial.
Sure.
The filing included screenshots, the attorneys said, were of DOJ officials reposting comments Trump had made about Mangione. Yeah, that's not cool.
And the perp walk too, right?
There was that, yes. But right now, it's just, claims that he is in fact guilty and that he did this and he did that. And, prosecutors, they can't be saying that stuff.
Well, no. And prosecutors know that. Like, what are you guys doing?
Whatever they want, because that's
Whatever
what they're
they
all doing
want.
right now.
Yeah.
So there is a hearing coming up on October 3rd with Judge Garnett to talk about this. But, I mean, they could get his case tossed. If they violate his constitutional rights to the point he cannot get a fair trial because of the prosecutors, that's a big deal.
A super big deal. Yeah. The
So
Utah State Prosecutor's Office on Twitter has to accept you as a follower.
Yeah.
Like, they are locked down. But, like, I've never seen that before. But at any rate, yeah, they've put their own case in major jeopardy with this stuff. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Well, there was a filing, and it's been some of these filings from his attorney, but, that's been on the same token, but something she said that I thought was pretty shady and funny was that on the perp walk, because that's the other thing. Like, how does he get a fair trial with the perp walk, the big staged, grandiose thing they did when they brought him in?
Right.
With all of these armed men. And she said the only person in that photo that wasn't armed besides the defendant was Mayor Adams, who was also a defendant. I thought that was hilarious. That was pretty shady. But at the same time, it's correct. Do you guys remember that photo?
Oh, yeah. It was terrible.
You would think that he'd already been convicted. You would also think that he had, I don't know, committed 9/11 or something. I mean, not that what he did wasn't bad, but the way this has been overblown is really something.
It has. It has. And technically, really, honestly, this should be a New York State case.
Yeah.
The feds need to get their asses out. This is not a federal case. This is a state case.
Yeah.
Come on.
Well, and that's it. The feds need to quit commenting on state cases.
Well, but see, the federal case is running concurrently. These are the prosecutors in the federal case, and the judge of the federal case saying to them, "What the hell are you people doing? You are violating the rules here."
It's why when there were some similar comments when Brian Kohberger pled that we discussed that, and some of you guys didn't like that and made a comment about that you don't like us getting political, and we're not getting political, or we're not trying to, but a lot of things are happening in our country right now involving crime and politics. But also that when federal officials start commenting on these things, like that turns into a problem.
Undue influence is a very real thing, and it is not allowed.
There are some things that you just say, I don't know, to yourself or your partner that you don't put on Twitter. Believe it or not everything should be put on the internet.
Shocking, but true.
Very interesting to see what happens here. I can't imagine. They have to get their pound of flesh. They will get it somehow. But
then let a state case go through the system.
Right.
If their evidence against him is so great, then shut up and let him have a trial. That's how the justice system works.
Right. And
if it's great, you got him dead to rights, fine. Take him through his trial.
I think everyone needs a quick reminder here that people are innocent until proven guilty.
Right.
And being treated this guilty on the public stage by the highest officials in the land is really, really troubling. Yep. Regardless of who you are. It's really troubling. Yep. All right. Well, let's talk about Rex Heuermann.
Oh, yeah.
He's had a big blow.
Ooh, he's had a real bad haircut, too. Heuermann his hair always looks like shit in every picture.
He just has a weird face and he has weird hair.
like a weird head shape or something.
Yes, I always look at that hair and think, what would look good on this person?
I
One of those big
I'm not
underpants
even sure.
spit bags, maybe? I don't know.
Yes,
But the hair
that's
situation
the
with him
only
is
thing I would
really
like to
weird.
see on his face.
Maybe he'd
Yeah,
be
it's
better
always
off
weird.
with a longer hairstyle.
It was much longer when he was arrested. It was a
That's
lot
true, but
shaggier.
it just looked greasy and gross, so maybe not.
This looks like his head's growing, like his head's too tall or something. I don't know.
It's too tall.
Maybe that's just what potential psychopaths look like. I don't know.
Maybe so. Maybe that's just all it is. We're not trying to make Rex look better. What are we talking about? Okay, Rex, you're creepy and gross, and that's your whole look. So carry on.
It is.
So he had a hearing today, which is interesting. I'd read about it this morning because his wife and children showed up to the hearing, completely surrounded by a camera crew for that documentary that they've signed on to, showing them attending court. That must suck.
So they're gonna there's more episodes of that documentary coming then.
Apparently so, yeah.
Yeah.
But the defense was trying to convince the courts to separate the cases. So as of now, there are 7 women that he's accused of murdering. Melissa Bartholomew, Megan Waterman, Amber Costello, Maureen Brainerd Barnes, Jessica Taylor, Valerie Mack, and Sandra Castilla. And there may be more coming. There's been a lot of talk of that. But they have been trying to separate all of these into separate murder trials. And the judge said no.
It's interesting.
So,
because there's pros and cons for both sides, either way.
Yeah.
But the state must feel like what they've got is really strong. I mean, they do.
Yeah.
Just of what we know, they have some pretty strong evidence.
This trial is going to really be something. 7. Can you imagine how long this is going to be?
Tell you who's not going to be streaming that trial? Us.
Us. Yep.
We'll cover it, but we're not streaming that.
Months and months. Yep. So not only did they want to sever into separate trials, they said that they should separate because there's no unique and consistent modus operandi common to all 7 murders. The judge was like, that doesn't really matter. Literally their bodies were all found in, similar areas, and like the judge felt like that wasn't a good argument. But also they had some of the DNA evidence they tried to get excluded, and the judge also denied that. So as of now, they still haven't scheduled a trial that I'm aware of, but
no,
he is going to be tried for all 7 of them at the same time.
Good.
Yep.
Good.
Yeah. Get her done.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know when he'll actually be tried. 26, 27? Probably depending on...
Will he ever be tried? Or will he finally plead out?
Right?
Yeah. Will he plead out? I suspect that's probably what's more true. Yep. Right. Red said, I want to know what was in that secret room, right? Same. I want to loosely know.
Kind of don't.
What was in that secret room? Yeah.
Broad brush. Paint it with a broad brush.
Broadest of brush. Maybe we can get that guy that did the drawing of the neck stabber to just draw us a little picture.
Yes. See, the neck stabber did a great job of giving us the overview.
That would be fine with me. Yeah. But I agree. I want to at least know what it was.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, they took out some walls in that house too. What
yes.
was in the walls?
Walls.
I've been wondering about that too. Kind of want to know, kind of don't want to know, but
I know there's some horror there.
Literally took out walls.
Your next story, I don't really know how to say. Is it David? Is it D Ford?
It is David. I had to look it up to be sure.
All right.
It's this guy right here. So he is a singer. His name is spelled D, number 4 VD, and I looked it up, and he just says his name is David, and he just says it David. It's just that way. But some disturbing things are going on with David. Now, his full name is David Anthony Burke. He kind of went viral on TikTok, and then has now got a music career. But on September 8th, a Tesla that had been impounded that was later determined to be registered to him was discovered to have the body of a 15-year-old girl in the trunk
Oh, gosh.
in the impound lot. Her name is Celeste Rivas. This is Celeste right here.
Oh.
And there are still a lot more questions than answers in this situation, but it was something I wanted to keep an eye on.
Yes.
I'll tell you something. One of his most famous songs, like his first big song, is called Romantic Homicide.
Oh, my God.
And I just don't like that at all.
No, thank you.
Yeah. So the car had been sitting on the side of the road for several days, got impounded because it was like it had been abandoned. Her date of death is listed as September 8th. Like, this just barely happened.
Mm-hmm.
But her cause of death is pending. But there are but you know, I mean, let's just be real. A 15-year-old girl's body was found in the trunk of someone's car, and the car was abandoned.
Right.
This wasn't an accidental death, friends.
No.
Let's be real.
And the news was reporting it as a woman. This is a child.
Yes.
Let's be
She's
real
a child.
now.
She's 15.
She's 15.
Yeah. So David, who was on tour, has kind of had to put his tour on pause. He's said to be cooperating. That on September 18th, the LA police served a search warrant at his home, took quite a few things away from where he lives. He's been living in Hollywood Hills.
Mm-hmm.
The Rivas family also has a GoFundMe. Doesn't everyone know?
Yeah.
As the investigation goes into what happened here, who is this child, and why was she in the trunk of his car? One thing that I did find is that David and this young girl have the same tattoo on their right pointer finger. You can see it in this picture I'm showing in the red circle. It says shh, as in shh. Like you could put it over your mouth like you would one of the mustache tattoos I've seen people have.
Right. Yeah.
Except this one says shush.
Ugh.
I find that to be rather terrifying, honestly, because it is reported that the body has the same tattoo.
Right.
So what were they keeping quiet about, friends? Makes you really wonder. Her body was wrapped and inside a bag in the car. There's further investigation going in to the cause of death. They have not called this a homicide yet, but they also haven't not called it a homicide. Like the cause of death is deferred at this point, but that just really means pending. They're doing more research into what's going on here or what's happened to this poor young girl. Of course, her family and loved ones are devastated, and we just don't know very much yet, other than her body has now been released to her family so that they can have a funeral. That'll be on Saturday, October 4th. And the investigation into David Anthony Burke continues.
Wow.
So, all the love to the Rivas family and to the Burke family, because this is hideous for everyone.
Oh, how very, very sad. Yeah.
Yeah. Really.
Yeah.
Right. Why was his car abandoned with a body in it?
Right.
That's
like what's
pretty sketchy.
What's the whole deal? Oh,
Yeah.
that poor girl. That makes me so sad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not good.
No. Jules said she'd run away several times. And that she'd been missing for about a year.
Okay.
Oh, super sad. But also, quit molesting children.
Yeah.
She was 15.
Yeah.
Ugh.
15.
Yuck. All righty. Well, some of you guys were asking us what is up with Karen Reed. And so I'm going to give you the short and dirty. As you probably know, the O'Keefe family had filed a wrongful death suit against her before her second trial, even. And so that, of course, was put on hold until the trial concluded to protect her Fifth Amendment rights. And so now they're moving forward with that. So they're suing her, and she's suing the hell out of everybody, and it is a big thing. And
she was exonerated, so
people on Team Karen Read are losing their minds. People that are against Karen Read are losing their minds, and it's still a big thing. So I'm going to give you the very short and dirty here. Okay. So first of all, they've been asking for some parts of the lawsuit to be dismissed. The emotional distress damages, and this is where people are really getting pissed off. Now, again, I don't have a dog in the fight at all. I think that the not guilty verdict was probably correct, but you know how messy and ugly this has been. The first time they tried her, it was a hung jury. The jury then basically all came out and said, no, we were finding her not guilty of almost everything, but the judge wouldn't let us, and it was a mess. So then it went clear to the Supreme Court of Massachusetts, and it came back. They tried her a second time, and she was acquitted. So,
only found guilty of driving under the influence.
Yes. So her team, here's some things that they're arguing to be dismissed from the lawsuit. They're saying that O'Keefe's parents, brother, and niece lack standing to claim emotional distress damages because they did not witness O'Keefe's death or see his body until after he was declared dead. Whew. They also argue that some allegations of emotional harm are speculative or improperly pleaded. And you see how the people who hate Karen Read are really upset about this? Also,
she has the right to defend herself. Hello.
Yes, and she is countersuing, and they are trying to add some new parties to the lawsuit, including Michael Proctor. Remember, he was the former state trooper that was fired over her trial? And should have been a long time ago, because holy moly. Some other members of the Albert and McCabe families who were present that night, and Brian Higgins, and some others. So she's trying to put 7 more people into this lawsuit. She also says, go ahead.
This is never going to end.
Yeah. She also says she's going to sue law enforcement, including the Massachusetts State Police and other individuals for civil rights violations and conspiracy. And they are claiming that there was a coordinated effort to divert focus away from what they say really happened inside the house, including obstructing evidence and crafting a false narrative. So she's going after everybody. So because of that, the judge is like, yeah, this isn't going to go to trial anytime soon. They're saying spring 2027 or later.
I'm not surprised.
So there's a status hearing on November 21st. So here's what this O'Keefe family is claiming. Of course, they are claiming that she was negligent and acted with reckless disregard for safety the night of his death, and that she caused his death. Again, she's been acquitted for that. It's a lot easier to prove that, however, in civil court. So,
except they can't even prove he was murdered.
Well, no. I mean, they're going to have the same experts on the stand showing that he was never hit by a car.
Yeah.
So they also claim that she engaged in defamation or disinformation by promoting conspiracy theories about the death, and that she targeted the family via social media and crime bloggers, inflicting emotional harm. I'm assuming they're talking about Dr. Turtleboy and that whole dust up. I don't know. The suit includes 2 bars in Canton as defendants, alleging that they overserved her before she drove. The suit also seeks damages, including wrongful death, emotional distress, lost value to next of kin, conscious pain and suffering, and other compensable harms.
Doesn't anyone in this case want this to be over?
Right? So exhausting, and the amount of hate on both sides is so intense. They cannot move on. So, all of them. Go home.
Sweet Relief.
Heal.
Right. Sweet Relief said OJ was committed for murder too, and then found guilty on civil trial. Right.
Right.
And I bet that's
it
why
can
the family's
happen.
going after her. It can.
Agreed. Yeah, it can happen. I kind of doubt they're going to get anything out of this. because they cannot prove that he was hit by a car. And that's the
Yeah.
entire narrative, is that she hit him with her car.
The only way that she's negligent is if she hit him and knew that he was injured. And they could not prove that in her murder trial.
Twice.
So, I don't know. Twice.
Yeah. So, who knows what's going to happen? I don't know. I'm not here to fight about Karen Reed, so don't come at me. But that's what we know so far.
It's interesting.
Yeah.
I just wish that they could all, just go home and heal.
Me too. Very sad. And also, I have rarely seen a case split the true crime community in half the way this one did. And the fight just keeps raging on. And we were never deep in the middle of this one, and I'm glad because, yeah, that's all. Anyway, talk to us about the Australian Nightstalker.
Oh, wow. This is quite something. So we don't have any actual photos of this guy, just an artist rendering from court. Interestingly, because they don't release mugshots.
Yeah.
This guy is been known as the Nightstalker rapist, or the Moore Park rapist, for a bunch of attacks that happened in the early 90s. His name is Glenn Gary Cameron, and he was a funeral director.
Oh.
That's just a bad combo.
Ooh.
So he's accused of committing multiple sexual assaults over a course of 2-year period in the early 90s. Some DNA evidence in 2022 is what finally linked him to these cases so that he was able to be arrested. So just yesterday, he admitted to carrying out the attacks, which happened between 1991 and 1993. I think this was in Sydney, Australia, I think.
And there were how many?
So he was convicted on 13 offenses against 7 women and 1 teenager.
My God.
So he pleaded guilty to 11 counts of aggravated sexual assault using a weapon as a threat. He faced a total of 36 charges. 9 were withdrawn. 14 others will be... this is interesting. This must be something about the Australian legal system I don't understand. 14 others will be considered during the sentencing hearing.
Oh.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, his victims were between 17 and 45, and he really had a thing for Asian women.
Oh.
In his very first attack, he approached a woman and showed her a badge and said he was a police officer. I think she'd just been getting off a bus. And he accused her of not having a ticket and sort of took her around the corner and down away from where everyone else was and sexually assaulted her at gunpoint.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. And look at him. I know a lot of you guys are like, yeah, look at him. He's just a little white-haired man. Somebody said he looks like Mr. Magoo.
But back in 1993, you didn't.
Yeah. No, he didn't. And he raped women at gunpoint. So I'm grateful for Australia that they are getting this man put away. There will be a sentencing hearing coming up to see how long he's held. I don't know if Kristi from Australia is in the chat. I don't know if she is. She could help us with this. I have no idea what the potential sentence is for this crime or these crimes.
God, as old as he is, I would think whatever it is should put him in prison for the rest of his life.
Right? I would hope so. Because he is definitely not.
Especially if they have that many more victims to consider at sentencing.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a lot.
Yeah. This guy's a serial rapist.
So, rot in jail, asshole.
So, help me understand, though. He did this from 1991 to 1993?
Yeah.
And then he just stopped? Or he was arrested for something?
He just stopped. I mean, does that mean he never attacked anyone else? I don't know. These are the cases they know that they have against him.
And the ones he's admitted to.
He says
my gosh.
that when he met his second wife, who moved from Thailand to Australia in 2008 to marry him,
Oh, God.
that she turned his life around, and that he was addicted to drugs before that. And it's because of her that he's, not a bad guy anymore, except for, still a bad guy, still a very bad
And
guy.
also, what has he put that woman through?
Right. What has he put that poor woman through? I cannot imagine.
Mm-hmm.
Because his victims were Asian.
Mm-hmm.
Then he brings a woman from Thailand over to Australia to marry.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have to paint the picture. We've all seen the
Right.
picture.
Mm-hmm. Especially after a
Yeah.
career of sexually assaulting Asian women. God damn it.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Also working as a funeral director. I don't even want to know. Somebody
right.
said, Bethy said, was he a necromancer? Yeah. Right.
Mm-hmm.
I know. Gross. Ugh. But yeah,
Good
it does
question.
always make you wonder.
Someone also wanted to know if he happens to know Jackie Fulcher.
Not that I'm aware of.
Funeral home directors hang together? Just kidding. They're in different countries, but
they are in different countries. Yeah, Teresa, I think so. The aggravating factors for the sentencing on these other counts. I don't know if they're other counts or other cases exactly, but
right.
It sounds like at least 13 victims.
Ugh. Hell. Straight to hell.
Yeah. Prison forever for you.
So yesterday, I badly and choppily told you a story about someone who was trying to get their mother's murderer off of death row. And I said it was a daughter. And I am an idiot. It's a son. So let me tell you a little bit more about this case. So, let me get to my notes. All right. So the son's name is Will Berry. And Will Berry was 11 years old in 1997 when his mother was murdered. Her name was Margaret Berry. And a man named Geoffrey West shot and killed her while he was robbing a gas station.
Mm.
And this was in Alabama. And West was sentenced to death for killing his mother. Interestingly, in their state, at least at the time, you don't have to have an entire quorum. It was actually 10-2 on the jury.
Oh,
and
wow.
That's enough.
That's interesting.
Mm-hmm. So he was 11. And obviously, he's had a very hard life in lots of ways. But he has thought a lot about this guy over the years. He's exchanged some letters with him. And he has gotten really religious, and he has forgiven him. And really doesn't want him to be executed. And he says that the way this has all been handled has been really frustrating for him. He says that he didn't even know that an execution date had been set, or that there was even anything on the horizon, or even talks of executing, until his wife happened to see a Facebook post about it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they had no idea. So then he's written a letter to Governor Ivey and told her, I really don't want you to do it. We really don't.
Mm-hmm.
And thus far, he hasn't been successful in his bid, but this is what he's saying. And so I have a little bit of what he said, and what I'm quoting here is actually an op-ed that he wrote into a local newspaper. He says, I have observed the process around other executions in Alabama. I know the Attorney General would welcome me at Heuermann Prison to watch as Mr. West is killed. I know I would be invited to speak at a press conference afterward, but that's not what I want. When I go to Heuermann, I want to speak with Mr. West heart to heart. I want to tell him I forgive him, that my mother forgives him, and that God loves him. My life has been very hard. I hope that Governor Ivey will see her way to granting me this measure of comfort, and I pray that she will find it in herself to spare Mr. West's life. Yeah.
Interesting.
Pretty interesting. He talks a lot in his op-ed about the fact that she wasn't a vindictive person, and she does not think that there would be a place in her heart that she would ever want this to happen. But he's also been trying to get permission to have an actual conversation. He wants to go to Heuermann and sit down with West and chat with him. He says, I just want to understand what happened that night, what was going through his head, what was going on in his life. He said, I just want to know. And he said that thus far they're not allowing him to have a conversation with him. But that's what he wants. The defense team has totally cleared it. They're like, yeah, sure. We'll facilitate that. We'll be a part of that. Absolutely. Mr. West has said, yes, please. I want to talk to you. And thus far, the criminal justice system has said no. But that's what he's asking for. Or no, Mr. Barry. Sorry. Mr. West is the killer. Anyway, but yeah. So Will Barry just wants to talk to his mother's killer and put it to bed and never have to deal with this again. But now he's looking down the barrel of an execution that he really, really didn't want. It's an interesting thing. He talks quite a bit in his op-ed about victims' rights and how weird they are, you know, and how he said when he was 11, nobody cared what he thought. Now that he's 25 years down the road, nobody cares what he thinks. And he said he wishes somebody would, because this has ruined his life in a lot of ways and affected his life in a lot of really intense ways. And he just feels like he and his voice don't matter at all, which I think is very sad.
It is very true.
His mom.
The way that our system is set up.
Yeah. I'll put the link to the op-ed in case anybody wants to read it. I thought it was very sweet and well thought out. So mostly, honestly, Will, good on you for moving on with your life and getting to a spot where this is who you are. Also, if you're a family who has someone on death row that, victimized one of your family members and you don't do this, that's okay too. There's no judgment here. Like, everyone's going to handle this shit differently, but I loved what Will had to say, so good on you, Will.
Yeah, that's very, very interesting. But I understand it. Why would you want someone to be killed in the name of your mother who was killed?
Yeah, and his mother. He's saying she wouldn't want this. That's not who she was in any way. She would not want this.
Yeah.
But right, and if it continues to go ahead, right, Kathy, it just continues to victimize him. Then he's asking for the bleeding to stop.
Yeah.
Interesting. It'll be interesting to see if she even responds at all, or if there's any kind of, response to his pleas. I would not be surprised at all if there's nothing.
Yeah, I wouldn't either.
But I'm glad for him that
getting this pushed out into the media, the more attention, the more likely, we were always taught as kids, the squeaky wheel gets the grease, and it is true.
Very true.
And it is true in the criminal justice system in a sort of frightening way.
Right. Well, and West was like mid-20s when this happened. He's in his mid-50s now. He's still going to be in prison for the rest of his life.
Right.
It's not like he's a threat to society. He's not going to hurt anybody else. He can't.
Right. Interesting that he would only be in his 50s when he was executed. Just seems like lately people
so
are
young,
much older.
Right.
Yeah.
But honestly, if that's what Will's heart needs, that's what should happen, in my opinion. But I don't ever rule the world, so...
Sadly, no.
Yep. I think we did it.
I think we did.
Yeah. I can't believe it. We're not going over time. Well, it's right at time, I guess, but at any rate, we'll be back tomorrow at 3 p.m. for our last show this week, so keep your eyes peeled for that. That's 3 p.m. Mountain Daylight Time. Please like, share, follow. Super Chat is on. You can also tip us over at Buy Me a Coffee if you feel compelled. Certainly not required, but always appreciated. And thanks for being here, guys. Thanks for being a part of the squad. Thanks for always supporting us and being so amazing in our chat. I've said it a lot of times, but I will always say it again. We have the best chatters in all of true crime.
We do. We absolutely.
And I've hung out in some other true crime podcast chat rooms and newsrooms in the past, and oh dear God, people are vicious, they're ugly, they say horrible things. You guys are amazing, and I appreciate it so much. I mean, we're pretty quick on the block button if somebody gets ugly. You guys know that, but it's a very rare event that we have to do that because you're just awesome.
Yeah.
So thanks for being you so much. Alrighty, have a good one. Take good care of yourselves. This has been yet another production of the True Crime Squad.
Bye, everybody.
Season 6, we're back again. Kristi and Katie, your crime time friends. Stories, justice, laughs collide. True Crime Squad, come join the ride. Grab the clues, let's take a stand. For victims' voices, hand in hand. True Crime Squad. Squad, it's time to shine. Season 6, your turn, your time. True Crime Squad, where justice meets hilarity.